Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anang Kurniawan, and today we're gonna discuss about language and culture. The first is language. What is language? Language is one of the communications tools, spoken or writing symbols, to interact with another. The origins of language is started around 6000 or 1000 to 100,000 years ago. In the past, people interact by using sounds that came from their mouth or using a gesture like this. When we were talking, we use a hand as a gesture. Second, according to Wikipedia, the English word language derive ultimately from Proto-Indo-European, that means tongue, speech, and language, through Latin lingua, language and tongue, and Old French language. The theories about language. There is two theories about language. The first is theories about the origins of language differ in regard to their basic assumptions about what language is. Some theories are based on the idea that language is so complex that no one cannot imagine simply appearing from nothing in its final form, but that it must have evolved from earlier pre-linguistic system among our pre-human ancestors. These theories can be called continually based theories. And the second is that the languages is a unique human trait that it cannot be compared to anything found among non-humans, and that it must therefore have appeared suddenly in the transitions from pre-humanoid to early man. And these theories can be defined as discontinually based. So, how the languages are structured and spread? How? Is it from a bird? Is it from the one human to another? No, there is no official agreement that speak about how languages are structured and spread around the world. But some scientists suggest that languages are based on emotions, how we feel. We get it through a voices or sound, and we blend it with a gesture, and the result are variable on each human to understand, although with the same mimic, gesture, or voice and sound. So we come to a definitions of culture. According to the expert, and Edward B. Taylor said that culture is a complex whole that it contains the knowledge, beliefs, arts, moral, laws, mores, and the other capabilities acquired by a man as a member of society. Second, M. Jacobs and B. G. Stern. Cultures cover all forms of technology, including social, ideological, religion, and art and object, all of which are social heritage. 3. Koncharanika. Culture is a whole system of ideas and actions and the work of human beings in order to become a society that human beings belong to learn. Now, this statement of culture is similarly seen to Edward B. Taylor, but with another values and things. And 4, we have Dr. Key Cooper. Culture is a system of ideas that guide and drive for the human in attitude, and the behavior, both individually and in group. Last but not least, William H. Haviland said that culture is a set of rules and norms that are shared by a member of the public, which, if carried out by its members, will bear behavior deemed feasible and can be received by all communities. So, what is the exact meaning of culture? In my opinion, culture is a behavior that contains any knowledge. So everything in culture have any knowledge like music, song, how we talk, and it divided in particularly groups from music, religions, country, and etc. Culture is unique because of the diversities of it. Not every place have the same culture, and not every culture have the same class. Second, culture are related to a Latin word called collect, which means to tend to the earth and grow. Now, culture is similar to ethic. Why? Why it's so similar? Like, why does you tell us that culture is similar to ethic? Well, it's because, obviously, of their same behavior. For the example is culture and ethic has the same behavior at how we eat our food, and it's different on a place and country. Cultural universal. So, what is cultural universal? Cultural universal is a pattern, element, trait, or institutions that commonly known to all human. Cultural universal is a common culture that happens in every place and time. So, what the example of this culture exactly? Well, the simple example of this culture is how we write. We usually writing by using our hands, and we have extremely low reports of people who write with their legs, which is weird. In this case, known as people with special need. People with special needs, it's people who doesn't have an arm or a fingers, so they write using their legs, or they foot or leg. The other example is what we usually eat. A lot of people, exactly Asians, when we come to the foods, they were like, oh, we eat rice daily, every day. And from Japan, we know that Japan has animes. A lot of people know Japan is about animes, kimonos, hiragana, and the other culture. Types of culture. So we have 3 types of culture. The first is language. Language is the communication tool, like I tell you before, used by us for communicate to express ourselves. Every country has its own languages. Even love has its own languages. Not only love, but also animals, plants, mind, heart. They all have same, not the same. They have all languages. The art. Art is something that inspired someone's thought, emotions, or ideas through the sounds. Music is the simple example of culture's art. Like why I heard this. Like I heard it now, I hear music to express myself. And the third, traditions and rituals. The other types of cultures are traditions and rituals. They were born in society, whether it's ancient or modern. Well, we have lot type of culture, but in this discuss, even we only talk about 3. So if you want to know the all of types of culture, you can search it on Wikipedia or a book. There's a lot of book contains types of culture, and Wikipedia too. Cultural patterns and behavior. So are 4 components of cultural patterns and its behavior. First, we have beliefs or beliefs. It's the sacred idea or a learned interpretations that assumes to be truth of the world, whether it's illogical or correct. But all the beliefs have the same patterns, are teaching us someone to do good things. There is no belief that teach someone to steal, to murder another, or to mocking another. Second, we have values. Good or bad of culture itself are based on its own languages. Values. There is a lot of values variety, and apparently it seems to have the same behavior. To judge something or to compare something with another. The third, we have norms, or Indonesians is norma. Norms are the rules that become a guide for someone to act or interact in community or society. It's like rules that become a guide for us when we want to interact or to act in front of our community or society. And the fourth, we have social practice. Social practice is a behavior that commonly followed by people, such as fashions, study, etc., or how we write, how we draw, we sing. Social practice can be easily found these days because we do this, we did this, and we gotta do this again and again because we live in a social, or we live in society. So social practice always come and it always happen. The relationship between languages and the culture. So what is the relationship of them? Is it the form? Is it the languages? Or is it the words? Well, it's not all that, but culture impact our core traditions, values, and the way of interact with other in society. On the other hand, languages make those interactions easy. Languages facilitate social interactions while culture helps us to learn how to act and interact with others. So, we came to the closing, the end. Thank you for watching this videos. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm sorry for my bad languages because I'm not very fluent in English. So, my name is Ana Kurniawan and I'm here to close this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih. Thank you. Have a nice day.